This is part 3 of the Kyosho Rampage Pro electric conversion build series. As you can see here, I have the rear shock tower mounted and the rear camber links mounted. This rear shock tower, much like the motor plate and the front shock tower, I had custom made. This is a reproduced tower in 3mm thick carbon fiber, and it is reproduced exactly to the original specs. The only difference is that I had asked the guy doing this for me to add another column of holes here for the inner camber link ball stud mounting position. So in the stock tower, you just have these outer 3 sets of holes. I wanted to have another column on the inside to basically be able to run as little camber gain as possible, because on certain types of tracks, like the track I was expecting to run this car on, you tend to want to run lower camber gain. And it all seems to fit okay. If anything, there's probably space for an additional 5th column even further on the inside if you want even lower camber gain. So I'll talk to him about that as a possibility. Otherwise, everything works, fine. It's nice and smooth. A little comment here on the turnbuckles that I ended up using. So for the front and rear camber links, I'm using 3x35mm Lunsford turnbuckles, and on the steering links I'm using 3x42mm Lunsford turnbuckles, and all of the catching there, all of the ball cups that I'm using are the actually the steering link ball cups are the smaller ball cups. I think they're about this size. But the camber link ball cups are all the medium size, and that gets you just about the right length between the length of the turnbuckle itself and these ball cups. I played around a little bit with different lengths of ball cups and different turnbuckle lengths. This seems to work pretty well, at least for this setting here in the back, where I'm running this ball cup or this ball stud on the outside hole of the rear hub carrier out here, and this ball stud in the inside hole here, so minimum camber gain. If you're running anything other than that, so if I move this ball stud further out or this ball stud further in, I'm going to need a very, very short link. So you might need something like a 3x30 or even a 3x25 turnbuckle here in the rear end. And in the front end, you could probably get away with this 3x35 even if you run this ball stud on the outside here. Maybe you have to run a shorter ball cup, like one of these guys, or maybe even one of these guys. So there's some tunability here. Just make sure you have all the different ball cup sizes, so that if you decide to run the ball stud in a different location, you're not stuck. Okay. So far, at least, I have to say this looks pretty nice. I'm quite pleased with how it's turning out. The next steps will be to build and mount the shocks, and then there are some internal chassis pieces that I have to mount, and then it should be all set to go. So, in the meantime, thanks for watching.